Hey everyone, I'm Kev and welcome to this week's Draw Along. So, this week we're going back to our series on drawing techniques and little techniques on how to improve your drawings and make you a better comic artist or cartoonist. So today we're going to be focusing more on the cartooning side of things, and we're going to look at how we can use simple shapes to help you create your kind of cartoon characters. And this can even apply to when you want to draw something more kind of realistic looking as well. And we'll go to that later on in the video. So first of all, we're going to look at our shapes. And I've already built a character using some simple shapes. My little mascot character, my little chibi version of me. So as you can see, I've used a circle. Circle there. Kind of a square shape, rectangle shape, so square shapes again, and here triangles to make it look like I'm moving. So yeah, every kind of character that you build up, even going back on my other videos, I usually draw characters using shapes. So for example, when I build up a character, let's just draw a stick figure. There we go. There's a stick figure. We build that character using shapes. So there's a circle for the rib cage. We use tubes here, like I always call them Pringle tubes. We use a circle for the hips, then we can make it like that. And then we use those tube shapes again. For our character. So we use shapes all the time. So we will usually use a circle, a square shape, and then you can see again, like I said, these arms here, that's a triangle shape. So we use triangles as well when building our characters. So let's go on to some shapes. So like I said, most use shapes: square, circle, triangle. So what we're going to do with these square, circle and triangle is we're going to build up our characters. But first of all, I want to point some out when we something called shape language, which I'm going to put up on the screen now. So what is shape language? So shape language is the language of shapes. It's how we perceive the shapes and what kind of meaning we put into shapes. So if you've heard of like color theory and color psychology, it's kind of like that, but we do it with shapes. So for example, we see a square and that instills in us like stability and trust. A house is built as a square shape. Strong structures are built out of squares. So that's why superheroes tend to have that square jaw, because it instills trust in us. We see the square-jawed hero, like Superman here, for example, and we go, oh, well, they're going to be the strong, sturdy character. In animation, characters like like Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph, he's a square shape. Sully from Monsters Inc., he's a square shape, and these are characters that we instill trust in. They're our heroic character in the film. Circle shapes tend to be cuter characters, characters you want to give a hug. Like Mario here is short, round. We get a friendly, warm kind of feeling from him. Characters like Jigglypuff from Pokemon, Kirby. Kirby and Jigglypuff are very similar. Kind of give us that kind of that they're friendly, warm characters. Lastly, we have a triangle, and this leads us to thinking of like edgy and danger. If you look at characters in cartoons and comic books, they tend to have like villains characters tend to be triangular shape. Darth Vader here is a triangular shape. I'm going to prove a point where we can make heroes triangular shape in a bit, but I'll change that in a minute. But yeah, Darth Vader is a triangular shape. And then look at the original way like the Joker was drawn. he had like his head was like an upside down triangle. And again, we have like characters like Green Goblin, again, kind of a similar face shape to the Joker. So that's shape language. So when creating characters or doing your cartooning, think of the shapes, the main shape of your character as well, and that will help kind of get across what kind of character they're going to be. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, here we go. We got our shapes, and I make sure I get my pencil ready. So we can build characters off from this. And again, like I said, those are kind of basics for shape language for kind of cartooning and creating characters in that respect. If I open my layers here, there we go. We have a Kingpin from whatchamacallit, across the into the Spider-Verse, but just by doing that. So yeah, we're going to use these shapes to build our characters and have a little bit of fun with it. So yeah, let's start off with kind of a sturdy character. So we have that square kind of character. Usually, again, yeah, it's kind of that square jaw. So here we go. Let's put a dome on it. So this is going to be a head. Dome. Let's put the eyes about here. Triangle. Square. Triangle. 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 We got Batman. There we go. So we got a strong, sturdy character just from that shape alone. You don't even need to do. If I did pull that down a bit more, just get my eraser tool. Just get rid of that. Let's make that a bit. So let's pull everything up a bit. So we got our square. Then we'll put our dome here. Give him those short ears. That's where the eyes are going to be. That triangle there. For the nose. Square, square, mouth. Triangle. Triangle. There we go. We got our strong, heroic character. And he's kind of toonified. There we go, Batman. So, if we have Batman, the round-headed shaped character has to be Robin. So, let's draw our guidelines in. And he's kind of got, as he's a child, so he's got like those chubbier cheeks, rounder face. So if we're going classic Batman and Robin, so let's do him with his classic kind of hair as well. So that's kind of like you're drawing an M. And then some circles coming off, C shapes coming off there. And let's do semicircles for the eyes. So he's smiling. He needs like a button nose, so we'll draw a circle, but then we'll kind of shape it out a bit like that. So we'll do an M, and then we go in a hard line there, and a semicircle for the mouth, and some backwards C's. So when drawing like a smile as well, like that, for like chubbier cheeks, we do that backwards C. For thinner faces or older faces, we do that inward regular kind of C shape. Anyway, back to this. So then his mask, domino mask. So again, kind of an M shape, like a elongated M, and mirror that around. And then we'll just round his cheeks up, and then 2 triangles here. And there we go, you got your Robin. So if we got Batman and Robin, we're going to have to flip this triangle upside down to draw our villain. So we're going to add a circle here, add that shape in. Let's draw, that's where the smile's going to be. So this is a big kind of toony Joker. Triangles for eyes, circles in the eyes, that triangle for the kind of a diamond shape for the nose, actually, or 2 triangles, and then we splay it out like that. C's for the ears. Let's draw his teeth in, so you got rectangles everywhere. There we go. And then lastly, we can do the hair. So draw his widow's peak. So you got a triangle, and then kind of add like these swooshes. And there we go. We use shape theory to draw all these characters. So triangle, square, and round. So yeah, these are simple ways to build characters up just using those shapes, and that's for their faces. So now let's go and do a body. As we have drawn Batman, Robin, and Joker, let's use some shapes to draw Superman. So, right, what we're going to do is we're going to build Superman using triangles and square shapes, rectangles. So let's draw a big triangle, and then on the top, first of all, let's find our center line. So that's about our center line. So we kind of drawn more like a Dorito kind of shape there, kind of a tortilla chip shape. And then on the top, we are going to draw a rectangle, and then we are also going to add some more triangles. So we'll do a triangle here and a triangle here. So this is going to be a very toony version of Superman. Right, so now that we got those bits in, let's go in and just start marking out places. So goes there's where his face is going to be. Let's do his belt here. So he's going to have a big upper body and kind of smaller legs. Yeah, you know what? Let's go on another layer. So this is where his belt's going to be. Let's draw his legs in. So let's add some curves there for his legs. Curves. And let's have his legs kind of out like this. So this is very, like I said, very cartoony way of drawing Superman. Then we're going to draw his chest. There's his chest. Let's add like his rib cage. There. And then we'll do his arms. So let's kind of balloon his arms out a bit. So we got that kind of balloony shape. There. He's going to have his... Oh, and here we're going to draw squares. So this is kind of going out this way. So remember our foreshortening as well. So let's build that out there. So you got that lap as well. Bolt that out. Bolt that. Let's add that fist. So there we go. We got kind of this big bolt shape. Let's triangle this up a bit. And let's go onto the head. And you know what? Because we're drawing a cartoony Superman, let's give him kind of happy eyes. Do his nose. We're gonna he had kind of his eyes were always kind of like he was squinting in those old pictures. Doing big, dumb, broad smile. Then we're going to add his chin, so there's a line for his chin, and we put an X there. And his ears, those semicircle shapes. And he needs his hair kind of flicking. So there's his big spit curl. And let's have it kind of hair going back. Oh, actually, like that. And let's have that down. He's got some sideburns for some reason. Let's just give him big comical knuckles. Let's not give him big comical knuckles. Let's try that again. I'm still messing up there. There we go. And this side we're going to see the fingers. So actually he's got his hand on his hips there. Like that. Actually no, that's no. There we go. So yeah, we got that. Draw the S. And then let's draw a kind of triangle. And there you go, you got a big kind of cartoony Superman. Just using that triangle shape. A square shape, sorry. But as you look here, we got this, let me just go on another layer. And then we can break it down and it kind of sticks with that shape principle thing. Square. Triangle. Square. Square. So we still got Superman as kind of that broad, stocky, square character. Okay, so there we go. That's how we can build like a character up like Superman using that triangle. And really, that isn't too dissimilar from the way someone like Bruce Timm will design his characters. Again, characters for animation are usually drawn kind of usually with these simpler shapes as it's easier to animate them. Let's say, for example, let's draw from memory. So Superman in in the animated series. Again, he's kind of that square, kind of a bit more of an elongated triangle shape. You know what? This is wrong color. I'm trying to so you can see that behind it. Let's go. Let's just go darker. So yeah, we got that square shape. Then we got this triangle shape as well, and he's kind of stood like this. And there's those triangles again, but this time he's a bit more in proportion. So you can draw him more in proportion as well but still using those basic kind of shapes to get the characters. That head's off. But yeah, you understand. I hope I've explained myself better there. Let's just scribble that head out. So if the body's there, the head should be about here. So yeah, you got that square jaw there. Looking back. And then so yeah, so you're still using that kind of triangle, but the body's a bit more in proportion. It's a bit more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's about eight heads tall as well. Yeah, so you can use this to draw more kind of characters in proportion as well. So, lastly, I wanted to just focus on maybe like building a character using circles. And I'm going to use two. One that's been requested is my my little chibi character. So how could you build your own little chibi character? It's not too dissimilar from the Scotty Young video I did ages ago. And also I'm going to draw a Simpsons character because of the circles used to create those characters. So first of all, how do I create my little chibi character? So we got a little circle, and you know what, before I start, hold on, I'm going to pause. Okay, so I paused and I've come back because as we're going to do a Simpsons character in a bit, I'm going to draw Matt Groening as one of my chibi characters. So what we do is we start off with this circle, and then I'm just going to place my guidelines like so. So we got the circle, guidelines, and what shapes are we going to use for this one? We're going to use circles again. So let's use a circle here for the eye, and another circle here for this eye. And then we add like a little circle for the nose. In this case, his nose is kind of going down. So I'm going to add kind of a circle and then two kind of nostrils there as well. I can't have Matt Groening's chibi being cuter than my chibi. So there we go, we got that kind of round shaped face. And then we'll do a smile. And again, that's kind of that half circle smile. Like so. So Matt Groening's got a goatee. So let's add a triangle here. And then add kind of, oh actually, you know what, he's coming out looking more like Colonel Sanders. And there we go, just kind of box it off like that. And I'm going to round him here like this. Do this as well. Okay, so that's that way done. And now we're going to go on and draw his pupils. So again, circles. I'm giving quite big ones. And so he wears round glasses. So whereas my character, where I wear square glasses. Oh, actually, you know what? He looks like, you know, the guy who collects the Buzz Lightyear toys in Toy Story 2, if I do that. So because he wears round glasses, I'm just going to draw some bigger round glasses on him. So other circles over his eyes. Put that thing there. Let's have them bending off like this. And then he's got longer hair, so again, get that M shape there. Ooh, we're getting two nice flowing hair there. There we go, and you know what, I'm going to speed this up and There we go then, we have Matt Groening, however you say his name. That's kind of one of my little chibi characters. Just remember when you're drawing something like one of those little chibi characters, just emphasise kind of like with the character you're drawing or the person you're drawing, just emphasise things. So like with mine, I emphasise the glasses, the beard and the ginger hair. With Matt Groening here, the glasses, the kind of goatee beard, the fact that his nose is pointing down and the hair, they're all things that we can like recognise from this man. Right, like I said, lastly, as we've drawn Matt Groening, we're gonna do one of his characters, as well as I have been requested. So, and again, this is going to be using circles. So, to draw Homer Simpson, we're going to be using circles. So, there's an episode of The Simpsons where Marge sees him as circles, so he's kind of like a tic-tac shape for the head, and then she kind of draws like the body, and then we got the big belly, and then we got and you got those shapes. Like that, so that's how Homer looks he's kind of must wear when he's stood. So that's how Homer Simpson's drawn. I think I'm being a bit too mean to Homer there and give him too big a belly. And we got circles, nose. Yeah. So I mean that's just like really broken down, but we're going to be focusing on drawing his head. So what we're going to draw for the head first of all, we're going to draw kind of like a tic-tac shape, like this, and then I'm just going to put my guidelines in. Right, and we're going to draw the eyes, big round eyes, so a circle there and another circle there, and then we're going to do a circle here for his mouth, and there's a semicircle right down here as well, and then we're going to draw his nose. He's going to have his lips there, so there we go. So they're looking at us. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to draw kind of like his eyelids. Let's round this out. Let's square that off a bit more. And then we'll draw that his collar. And then we do the M for Matt Groening, and his hair. And there we go. We got Homer Simpson. Whilst we're here, let's just do one more. Let's do Bart. So Bart's a bit different. So we have him kind of like a. So Bart is kind of like a curved rectangle shape. And again, let me go in here. And let's do those eyes again. So big eyes. Nose. And then there's kind of like a triangle shape here. So we got that kind of triangle shape, and then from about there his jaw kind of comes in, and this kind of Bart's kind of got more like that kind of basic kind of Simpsons shape face. Again, that kind of curve there. I forget how many spikes he has on his head, but and there we go. There's Bart Simpson as well. So there we go. Again, built up using those simple shapes: a rectangle, triangle here, kind of shape here, circles. These three shapes will help you build up your characters, and you can have so much fun playing with them and messing around with them. Again, you could just add like a slight curve to a square, and then you you can build your character within that square. So to me, actually, if I just do kind of a square shape like that, I give it a curve, give it some eyes. There we go, we've got Earthworm Jim. Circle. So it's the more you practice, the more things get easier, and the more kind of characters and stuff you can see within these shapes. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you draw along with any of the characters or have a go at creating your own like chibi character, please send it to me at Kev's Draw Along on Instagram, and I'd love to see them, and I'll share the pictures with people. And next time, I don't know what I'm drawing. But again, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for drawing along. Bye bye.